Hello everybody. This is the video of the still pictures and the videotapes of Robert and Cecil and Al and Nelda's all put together on one tape. Also included a map of the areas we rode through. Some areas you may want to fast forward through if you don't want to look at all the details of the map. You can do that at your discretion. So, hope you enjoy it. We did. About 5:15, grab a bite to eat, and then head on out to Heiko and eat breakfast there at the Coffee Cup Cafe. So here is Robert, Philip, Raymond, Debbie, and Al. Debbie's bike is out in the parking lot. And there's Debbie's bike all by itself out in the parking lot. Pat hadn't showed up yet. We're in Albany, Texas, Saturday morning, June the 11th, on the way to New Mexico, Colorado. Stop here at Albany at the square, take a little break in the shade, get a few pictures. We're right on Highway 6 and 180.
About a $35. 35.
Hey, Phil. There's a big longhorn skull right over there. Anybody heard from the girls? Vermont, just west of Old Glory, at the Dairy Queen there, the only place there was to eat and get out of the heat. It was already about 95. And we ate lunch there at the Dairy Queen. The girls caught up with us there and they ate lunch there too. So then we headed on up towards Paladure Canyon. Saturday afternoon, about 4:45, we're at Paladure Canyon. There's a road snaking its way across the canyon floor. What are y'all standing in the shade for?
Won't we be going on that road right there?
Yeah. What are y'all standing in the shade for? You're gonna get cold, Raymond.
Huh?
You're gonna get cold standing in that shade. Paladure Canyon. Debbie and Raymond. Real good pictures. Vicky and Robert. Al and Nelda. Most of the group except for Raymond and Nelda. Half of Raymond was in there. Tony and Philip. The bike riders. Raymond Henson on the left, Debbie Henson, Al Smith, Robert Shales, Cecil Self, and Philip Ricky. Another view of us. There's the Suburbanite Riders. Delta Smith on the left, Ellen Self in the black, Tony Ricky in the stripe, and Vicky Shales in the green blouse. A little closer view. We're gonna ride the canyon. Girls asked the lady at the front desk at La Quinta where was a good place to eat, and she recommended the Red Barn, which is right west of La Quinta on I-40, and it's called Country Barn Barbecue and Steaks. Turned out to be a real good place to eat. Anyway, there's Debbie and Raymond's bike parked over in the shade. There's the rest of our bikes parked over there. Then we went on inside, or before we went inside, we checked out this old truck, and the sign there says "Rust in Peace." Got a nice big round table there. Unfortunately, it's right by the bar, where we could all sit with a lazy Susan in the middle of it. There's Vicky, Debbie, and Raymond. And here's the unusual looking stool that we were talking about earlier. There's Raymond, Al, and Nelda. Robert and Vicky, Ellen and Cecil. We were drinking water, by the way, all of us. And there I am sitting on the about to sit on the stool. There I am sitting on the stool. We're primarily going from Amarillo out through West Texas into New Mexico on up to Farmington across the northern part of New Mexico. We're at the La Quinta in Amarillo. Feels like it's about 60-something degrees. Nice breeze blowing. It is nice. Birds chirping.
Robert Vicky's room over there. Ellen was my room there. Raymond and Debbie around there. Al and Nelda way up at the front on the other side. We'll head out for New Mexico. Just outside of Amarillo. Farmers plowing the field, making it a little dusty. Hard to hold the camera real still zoom from this far out.
Different shopping here.
Chin up.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
One little skinny buffalo, all by itself, nothing around it, just out there looking like he was about to starve to death. And then we went on down the road and we stirred up a buck antelope hiding in the grass over here, this area, just sitting like right there. And then he jumped up and ran along beside all of us, but then he crossed the road in front of Robert and came back across the road and ran along beside him for a good ways. But luckily he didn't hit anybody, and nobody hit him. So. Just all over the ditch. There's another shot. There's the antelope trying to get away from all these vehicles disturbing his rest.
Who finally realized it was not fibromyalgia. There was a significant problem going.
I don't even know if I'm getting him.
If you'd move up a little bit, maybe. Oh, there he goes a little bit.
I cannot.
There he's gonna go.
Check that speed.
The intersection of US Highway 54 right in the picture there, and Highway 762 we were on, and we took a break there. We were probably 100 miles or so out of Amarillo. Mexico, we come to New Mexico, land of enchantment. There's the shade trees, the big pine trees there, and it was getting pretty warm, we thought. Get a little bit better picture. The water tower says Roy on it. And took a few pictures of the horses there. They were pretty friendly, and Tony and Ellen were visiting with the horses. Some pretty horses. And Tony was tickling his mouth and got it to give us a good smile, and then really laughed out big time there. And there was a horse's rear. There always seems to be a horse's rear.
Information from people. We ran out of pavement. Al laid his bike down, and we're not going that direction.
Did you see it grand down there?
No.
And so we decided we had to backtrack. The road, the gravel road, just was too scary for. We didn't know what it was going to be like, so we backtracked to Ocate, and we took, I think this is 432 or something like that, back to the southwest to Mora. And we were getting a little concerned about gas, and the girls in the Suburban got some pretty good pictures of all of us on the curvy road over to Mora and 518 on up to Santa Fe. We were getting up into the mountains, and it's getting a little greener and prettier. And we got into Taos for lunch, stopped at the square there, the plaza, and went into the restaurant there called the Gorge. And this guy here, speaking in cartoon language, said hello. And they seated us upstairs where the restaurant is. And it was so hot we decided not to eat on the balcony. We wanted some cooler climates. So we all got to sit there. Out to Highway 64 to the west, 4 or 5 miles, and cross the Rio Grande River. And the Rio Grande River cuts a very deep canyon. They call it the Rio Grande Gorge, like the restaurant we ate at in Taos was called the Gorge. Anyway, the bikes we didn't stop and take any pictures or look, but the girls did. The bikes just went over it real slowly, taking it in visually. And the girls stopped and took a lot of pictures and filled in the gaps of the trip for us there. So these are Tony's pictures. Took some good pictures. It's a good one of the white water and the green shrubs along the canyon or along the river. Good one of Vicky and Nelda. And the wind blowing. The mountains in the background are the mountains around Taos and up to Ski Taos, Mount Wheeler, up in that area. Another view of the bridge. It's Tony and Nelda out there in the middle of the bridge walking towards us. And you can see how windy it is. It's about to blow them off of the bridge. By the way, here's the scene from Wild Hogs where they're crossing the Rio Grande Gorge. Highway 64 climbing up into the mountains on our way to Chama, and we got up to elevations as high as 10,500 feet or so, and we saw some snow. The girls took a picture of the snow here on the side of the road up in the trees, and then at one point the girls saw a bear and tried to take a very hurried picture of it and just got a big blur, but you can see the black area right there in the center of the picture is the bear. While the girls were trying to get pictures of bear and snow, we stopped in Chama on the bikes to get gas, and they had some new meters or something and were having a lot of problems. So the lady was talking over the problem with Robert. Took us about 30 minutes to gas up. It's ridiculous. I know Raymond and Debbie really had a hard time, back and forth, so it's frustrating. I think Robert and that lady got to be pretty good friends after it was over with. And Raymond and Debbie finally getting gas Then from was to go from Farmington over to Four Corners, out to Monument Valley, back around through Utah, back to Farmington, and make a big loop for the day. From our motel in Farmington, we went west and caught Highway 64 going west on out.
Good morning, Cleveland. How you doing? Good, good. Sunglasses on already? Sunglasses, yeah. They want y'all to see my eyes. Video camera. Video. Yeah. Got a camera. Are you videoing there? They'll play it back.
Gonna head out towards Monument Valley, Four Corners, Mesa Verde. Everybody's just about ready, I believe.
Ready?
No jacket, Robert?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
You can see Shiprock as we're coming into the town of Shiprock, and the bridge up ahead of us is going across the San Juan River. I believe Tony's riding with Philip too. Getting closer to the Shiprock and the bridge. On the bridge. The water was really flowing from all the snow melt back up in the mountains of Colorado and New Mexico. Then when we got to Shiprock, we pulled into the McDonald's there, and there was a group of hot rods on their way to Paloma, California for a hot rod rally. And this was a 46, 47, 48 Chevrolet, air conditioned, everything. Pretty comfortable, pretty nice ride.
These all fit. Well, this is Wells car.
So you got a 350 in there?
Uh-huh.
Do you? It's nice looking.
Thank you.
Y'all all local, or you're touring the country?
We're from Houston.
Oh, you
we're
are?
on our way to Pomona, California.
Oh,
But we're just kind of sightseeing as we go.
yeah. We just came over from Taos yesterday, met a whole bunch of
Yeah.
antique cars.
Yeah. Yeah, they were having something. They were going. All of those cars were going.
Yeah. We only saw one on a record. He was on
I
a,
saw a couple of them coming through there because we were going the opposite direction. We'd just come out of
Yeah.
Taos.
those are all stock cars. That's a pretty good
Yeah.
endeavor to go over that 10,500 foot pass.
It really is.
2 or 3 of them. But y'all be careful.
Thank you.
Are y'all having a big rally out in California?
Yeah, it's the LA Roadster Show.
Oh,
at,
really?
At the Pomona Fairgrounds.
Yeah. Well, we're headed that way too, but not
Oh, okay.
that far. Look at the tires on that.
Across the desert. Yeah.
Yeah, windy. I figured they'd have automatics in them, but they're all standards. Vicky took some pictures of Shiprock and the Highway 64 on the way over to Tres Nos Posts on the way to Four Corners. Shiprock rises about 1,900 feet above the desert floor. and you can see it from miles and miles away. This Highway 64 heading towards Four Corners, Tres Nos Posts. Pretty desolate, dry country, but scenic in its own way. Arizona, right by Four Corners, leaving New Mexico. Al and Nelda standing at the Four Corners. And a view of the area with the flags. Had about 8 or 10 different flags, I guess, of all the states. And see everybody but Nelda in the picture. There's Raymond and Debbie. There's the dog. He took this picture of the brush arbor. I believe it's right there by Four Corners, or close to Nos Pas, the intersection of 164. Of 64, there at Nos Pas, and the mountain you see there in the distance is some of the White Mountains in northeastern Arizona. Anyway, we have Al, Philip and Tony, and Cecil in front, and you might notice we got right in the smack middle of a carnival convoy going towards Cayenta, so we had to get around most of those. But turning shot. Vicky took this picture of a roadside stand selling something there in Nos Pas. Nelda and Ellen got caught behind this last carnival ride. They had this little... Stopped at the Burger King. Get a bite to eat. Y'all ready to stop? Here we are inside the Burger King, having a little lunch, and they had a little museum inside here about the World War II Navajo code talkers, and a display. They were utilized in World War II, and no one ever broke their language code. Very successful. The Japanese could not break their code. Then we went outside to the museum, and they had the huts, the mud huts, and the wagons, and and a shade house museum with a lot of historical things in there. And they also had a Sonic back there. Didn't see that earlier. Ha ha! Notice they have a picture of Monument Valley in the background of this picture. These huts were called hogans. It's an original Navajo word which means round home, called palisaded hogan, and they pronounce it Hoogan. Anyway, it's cedar logs stacked up like a teepee and then covered with the mud, and it's pretty cool inside there. Very well constructed, so, as you'll see. There's some of the sightseers. There's the inside of one with Cecil, Tony, Philip, and Robert. A little windy.
Nobody's going in it?
I'll take a picture.
Are you videoing?
Oh my goodness.
You can always tell when Robert's video. He's looking at you.
Yeah, well, looking at you.
I didn't realize that's what they were yesterday. Vicki had them on and she stuck her head way out the window. And, you know, it's like, what are you doing? We could have gone outside.
Sure. Look this way.
There's the oh, right, looking good now. Come on, Rob. Get in here. Y'all get over there, back there, and I'll take a picture. Not too far back. Cecil, get out of there. No. No, y'all, get in there. Get in there.
Get one in here.
Get in there.
It's crowded now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Make sure I got it right.
Well,
Now, well, there we go. Okay, Jody, yeah, turn around one more time.
Very insect resistant. Very durable.
Don't have much of a smell. I just wonder if these are artificial.
no.
They don't look like artificial.
I think it's the same. Yeah.
You think it is, Robert?
Yeah.
Up. Cecil in the background there. Raymond and Debbie sharing gas. Then we head on through the town of Kayenta out towards Monument Valley. And Vicki gets most of us on a good still shot while we're riding through town. That's Debbie. That's a good one of Debbie. There's Al. Philip. Cecil. Then we go on up over the mountain ridge there on the north side of town and get into this sort of valley here, and you can see the big rock formation out here that I think Debbie took a picture of a while ago that we're going to go right by.
Man, I think one guy had sheep. Yeah. Man, it'd be 10 pound for sheep. Yeah. Shot a movie down here called She Wore Yellow Ribbon. Really? The whole movie is shot like right around the Midlands. And they had a oh.
There's our group, all of us, all 10 of us, sitting on the rock. Good picture. There's Ellen and Cecil sitting on the rock. Raymond and Debbie standing on the rock.